Well. What a game. Game two of the Celtics and the Knicks just finished. And that was a crazy one. I don't even know what we just witnessed. It's insane. Welcome back to the Ridgeway Pod. I'm your host, Udoy, with Ush. As you can see, we are like fresh off. We're just straight into reacting to what we just witnessed. And we're here to talk about the second round of the NBA playoffs. It's been exciting. It's been entertaining for sure. But it's been like yeah, I honestly want to stop predicting shit because like I can't call the shit anymore. Second round is going insane, and we're pretty much here to talk about it. It's been a whirlwind, but I think we could start off with what we just witnessed. The New York Knicks just defeated the Boston Celtics 91-90 with another comeback. At one point, they were down 16 points in the third quarter, or was it halftime? No, it was halftime. No, it was before the half.
Quarter.
Before the
But
half,
yeah.
then they cut it to 9 points at halftime, and then it kept ballooning and shrinking and ballooning and shrinking. And bro, let's just go to your boy Jason Tatum. How about there?
Like,
let's start there. Like, what the hell?
Everything I said last episode, guys, I lied. I was a liar. That's why I named myself this today. I gotta eat my words, man. This entire playoff run is just me eating my words. First the Lakers, and now this bullshit, bro. Watch, and then when we get to the Cavs, I gotta eat my words. When we get to the Thunder series, I gotta eat my words. When we get to the Wolves series, I'm actually right on that one. But I'm also eating my words because the Warriors are winning. But dude, everything I said about Tatum, every single point I made about Tatum, is invalid after watching these two games. These last two games were the most egregious bullshit I've ever seen from him. So let's just go off. We'll talk about the teams in total after. We need to talk about him.
Jason Tatum time.
So I'll just tell you the box score for both games. So the first game plays 44 minutes, 7 of 23. 4 for 15 from 3-point. He took 15 threes. Why? If an NBA player, not named Steph Curry or Klay Thompson, takes more than 10 threes in a game, they should in a playoff game, they should automatically be like firing squad. Like they need to be in maximum penitentiary prison.
Suspended.
Whatever. Like they need to be out the league. Like there's no place for that in the league.
Yeah.
And then he had 5 turnovers that game, was a -5, 23, 16, and 6. You know what I've learned over the last two games? He knows how to make a box score look pretty for me. That's what he does. Even today's game. You go to today's game? This is a funny game. Today's games, he goes, this is a low scoring game, but today's game he goes 5 for 19. 1 for 5 from 3. So like he didn't take 15 threes at least. He gets 13 rebounds, 14 rebounds, 13 of those are defensives, 5 assists, and 13 points only. 13.
Yeah.
And when you watch him, like, okay, you can't. I'm sorry, but I cannot buy the wrist injury shit because you literally game 5 against the Orlando Magic, you came back. Your injury, you're probably the most injured right there. And you went on a heater, 8 threes, doing the whole wrist selling and everything. I was like, that's tough. Like, oh, he's woken up. He looks like he's comfortable. He's
the game slowed down.
He doesn't have his demons anymore. I lied. Like everything we talked about, everything you guys and everybody talks about. The last couple of years, even last year especially, all the he's just fumbling and and then getting benched in Team USA, all these things, and I was over here defending his ass. Trying to be like, no, he doesn't deserve that. He's a great player. He should have won MVP, both MVPs, Eastern Conference Finals and Finals MVP. I was saying all that, but I realized today that he knows how to make it look pretty. He'll in this series. Watch, he's gonna have like a 40 ball in this series. Like this series is not over. I wouldn't say it's over, but I don't think they're gonna win this series. By the way, Boston anymore, especially when they go 2-0 at home. But he's gonna have a 40 ball in this series. The numbers are gonna start looking pretty. He's gonna go back up to like 41, 42% shooting from the field. He'll do that. But you can tell, like in big games, when I need you, you're the most important player on my team, and you're doing this. And people will bring up Jaylen Brown over the last 2 games, bro. When I'm watching today's game, Jaylen Brown was guarding what's his name? Guarding Brunson at times.
Yeah.
And then he was guarding Cat.
Yeah.
And then they're asking him, and then he's the only player on the team that can actually run an offense for some reason. Like Tatum can't do it at all. Even though I've been saying that he can get you dimes. Like he's not a bad passer at all. For some reason, he can't run an offense anymore.
Mm-hmm.
The entire team, like Jalen Brunson went 6 for 19. Drew Holiday put his because he's gonna definitely retire for this year. Put whatever left he has in his body to guard that man this whole entire game, and the one person who's supposed to show up, everybody else showed up and did their jobs, didn't show up, and that's pretty much it. That's simple, isn't it?
That's the thing. Like, I think, ladies and gentlemen, we found our like Bukayo Saka, like, or
Yeah.
some, like, is he a top 5 winger in the world? Is he top 3? Yeah, but like, we don't care after 2. Like,
Yeah.
at this point, you know what I mean? And it sounds harsh, and obviously it's a little hyperbole exaggerated, but that's the thing. Like, for the last 2 games, honestly, and maybe this is what the
Both
masses
games are
have been
him
talking
too.
about. The masses have been talking about for the last 2 years or 3 years, especially when they won and all that. And he didn't get the Finals MVP and shit. Last 2 games, I'll just say, I was waiting for him to do the thing, like take the game by the scruff of the neck and just like clutch up and like
Literally.
it's not about even like, but it's not like he missed the last shot. He just became a boneheaded player all of a sudden. He became what we criticized the Jalen Greens for, D'Angelo Russell playoff mode for, like, I don't know, like all these like not playoff droppers, just playoff IQ lost people. Like, what the hell, Jr. like shoot it, George Hill free throws, like, like weirdo bozo
It's all the
moments,
bozo moment. Like Bozo Gene just ignites
bozo
in
gene,
him.
and that's something at least I don't think he had even last year. It was like, you know what I mean? It was like he's safe. I get it. Like he's not everyone's pretty dunker or like Mr. Box Score man, like Nikola Jokic or something like that. Plus minus man, Shea skillful. It's like he's a little bit of just a good average, and that's why I was kind of like, oh, maybe he's just gonna be like the Tim Duncan of this era, and that was a compliment from me to him to like, yeah, be Mr. Consistent, 55 to 60 games a year, always in the finals or conference finals. Like, you're just going to be dominant for 10 years. And he's been like since a rookie, like his quote unquote, his teams have been at least.
Yeah.
But he is the latest of, oh, it must be nice when you're shooting like 5 for like 14 and your team's up 16, because that's another thing that's happening in the overarching theme of these playoffs.
The NBA,
yeah, where it's like everyone but LeBron and I guess now Luka, because they're both on the same team, but it's like, oh, they can go like and get injured and stuff like that. Like everyone else can go injured and their team wins, or they can have a stinker of a game 7 and their team wins. Tatum low key today was getting carried like that on the topic of Jason Tatum, and it was just like, the 5 for 19 is just not good enough, because first of all, I think you need to get your shots off more. And it's kind of like we thought the game already slowed down for him, this, and that. And I don't think the Knicks are some insane defensive team. Like, I thought they could be gouged at. Like, then there were switches. Like, game 1 where Tatum,
Bro.
like, it's Jalen Brunson. Just take him, bro.
They put what's his name? Mitchell Robinson played 22 minutes and it was a plus 19. Like, how is Mitchell Robinson stopping you?
That's what I'm saying.
You're
and
Tatum, bro. Like,
that happened at the last play, too, because I think Mitchell got a swipe on it. And then he ended up.
And then Mikal came up from the side.
Came into the side and he went into 3 people. It was a trap. And it's like, I thought he was gonna fade away there. He didn't even fade, by the way. He was looking to pass. Like, I don't know. I have to rewatch the clip.
He was trying to go to the. He was trying but like he had a fadeaway in the.
But he didn't fade.
Top of the key.
Yeah.
Not even top of the key. He was at the free throw line basically.
Yeah.
And he kept his dribble.
He kept going
into the corner
trap
side.
Yeah.
And then like OG, Mikal, and Robinson are all there. It's like
but that's
it's just all bad decision. It's like, what are these decisions that this team takes? But it's a total thing with this team too, because all of last year where you kept saying the playoffs and they overcame their demons, but they reverted back in these last 2 games where it's like every wrong decision, every dumb 3 that you could take, they're gonna do it. This is an overarching theme with this entire team, bro. Like, not a single dude. 5 for 19, 2 for 11. Drew Holiday 4 for 6, only 6 shots. Derek White 6 for 17, and Jaylen Brown 8 for 23. Like, they want to be the volume team. Like, I'm gonna take as much shots as possible, and then the numbers will kind of roll to my advantage because I'm taking so many. But they're literally not taking any good looks anymore.
Yeah, they're just
They
chucking
like
it.
refuse to, and it's crazy because they're in the lead. So like, all you need to do is not throw the game away.
That's the thing.
Like
Like you've
literally, all you
built
need to
out.
do is
So
not
now
throw the
you're
game
looking
away.
like you're like a choke artist now. You're bottlers. Like, and that's crazy for a Boston Celtics team that's the defending champs against a New York team that's like hanging in there.
Bro,
Like,
this New York team all year I've said, bro, they can't be good teams.
another
They
like
literally
beating the
cannot be good teams, and they're
genuine.
beating the best team in the East.
Yeah.
They keep making comebacks on them.
Yeah, and it's crazy because if you look at it, like the Celtics
Brunson
shot
didn't even do anything
the
today.
the Celtics shot 36% from the field. The Knicks shot 43%. So it's like 7% difference, right? Even the 3-point percentage, they shot 10 for 40, the Celtics, which is like 25%, and the Knicks shot 9 for 31, 29% from three. So honestly, at the end of the day, the score, the 1 point score does reflect what happened in this game. It's like, can you make one more mistake than me and I'll win? Like legit. But it's crazy because if you were up almost 20 points multiple times, you were creeping, ballooning the lead. How could you just let that happen? It's like
This also
it's
goes to an
crazy.
indictment on Missoula though, because Missoula refuses to call timeouts when big teams go on run. When teams go on run, the Knicks went on a 15-2 run in the beginning of the fourth quarter, and
Mm,
like Missoula refused to call a timeout. Right there at the end, 12 seconds left. Get the last shot. No, make like do
yeah.
some like. Why
The
don't you just call
I
timeout and
I
call a
hate it when
play?
they do that. I
I
hate it.
hate
I
it.
hate it when they do like let them play. And I understand, like, for example, a lot of Phil Jackson used to do that, like let them figure it out. But bro, if you have the timeout, you want to like just call
Not
the
12
play.
seconds. It's not like 4 seconds or like
Yeah.
2 seconds or like 30 seconds where like the team will get a possession. No, I have 12
Yeah.
seconds. 12 seconds, you can design an out of timeout,
Hmm.
drop a play, get
Yeah.
a good look. You only need a layup. You literally only need a
Straight.
layup.
And it's
They
crazy
couldn't.
because
They didn't do any of that.
right before that, like Tatum just went at the went to the paint and
Walked
scored it.
into the rain.
Walked into the
And I was out of a timeout. Full court out of a timeout.
he just
High
jipped
screen. Brought Mitchell Robinson all the way up top.
and
And then
boom.
with 12 seconds left, walking up, they do some stupid 4-5 pick and roll. For what reason? Why is Al Horford sending me the pick now? And then, and then like, and then
Yeah.
that it's
And
like
then
it's like every dumb decision you can make, from coaching to players to to anything. Every dumb decision you can make, they've done it back to back games. And also, look, I'm not like, I know I'm like efficiency king here, but I'm not asking for a lot. Like, dude, Mikal Bridges was 0 for, I think he was 0 for 12 going into the fourth quarter.
mhm.
He finished the game 6 for 18,
No,
14 points all in the fourth.
and
Like, you know
he
what I mean?
was
Like,
they were timely shots. And I remember during those times there was like down like 8-10 still, and it's like he was
mhm.
just fading away and hitting some random three and stuff like that. And it's like again that's the thing, right? Like, wait, if you want to finish your point on Mikal Bridges part, or
Well, I'm just
yeah,
saying, like, like when it's go time, like when I need you the most,
facts.
like, we're in this close game. Yeah, you're playing bad. Put it behind you. Let's go, man. We need you now.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, we're a 1 point game. It doesn't matter if you're 0 for 20 or 20 for 20. You're in a 1 point game.
To me also, I'm not I think the more big majority of the blame is Tatum, but I don't think Jalen Brown is moving the same as he was last year.
Well, he's like definitely hurt,
And
right? Like,
yeah.
he's been hurt from the end of the year. His
Hmm.
knee is fried. It is a knee injury. Like, his knee is fried. But
Hmm.
I'm watching Jalen Brown like do
Try.
all the little things as well, and it's kind of like, yo, Tatum, can you help me out? Like take the reins. Like, let me. I can shoot 8 for 23. But
Yeah. But
like,
can you just
I'm not
close?
making the dumbass decisions. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Every
Yeah.
stupid decision it's coming down to, the ball is in your hands every time.
It's crazy because like I feel like even their bench came and gave them good spot minutes. Porzingis, Cornette, and Pritchard, like they hit timely shots. They try, but it's at the end of the day, if Tatum makes better decisions, they win this game. And if Tatum makes
That's
better
all it is.
decisions last game, they win this game. I genuinely think the series is on Jason Tatum. It's so crazy.
It's literally no.
Like
It's literally back to back games. He just threw it away.
he threw it like it's wild. It's
Like,
it's
you
like
never see that. Like a legit, like,
never.
back to back games.
Hmm.
You just throw it away. Like, this reminds me of Milwaukee versus the Heat
Boston.
in
Oh,
2023,
when the Heat won.
when Jimmy Butler went like God, when like he
Hmm.
had like 48 points or whatever in that game 6 or 7.
Hmm.
Because like in that last game, in the game before the closing game, we were like, "Yo, Giannis, what are you doing?" Like every little thing, like throwing the ball to Middleton out of bounds,
Yeah.
or committing a foul,
I
making like
remember that. And they wasn't there a game they would go to overtime or like,
yes,
and then
yes,
Giannis didn't want to shoot the free throws and he just
yeah,
threw it away and it was
threw it
just
away,
out of
and they would
bounds.
threw it out of
Yeah,
bounds. Like
Middleton had to go.
every
Yeah, yeah,
every dumb decision you can make,
yeah,
like you made it, and I'm just seeing it again.
yeah,
That's literally
yeah.
what I'm
I
seeing. It's
remember.
like
Yeah,
you it's coming down to you making like a regular basketball play, and you can't do it. Like you
it's
lost
nuts.
all your skills. It's insane.
Genuinely, I thought he had a sidestep three when before he started the drive into the free throw lane, because that's when I was saying Mitchell gets the swipe a little bit, but he could recovered, right? Um, I genuinely thought Tatum should have just took a three there if he had the space. Like at that point, if you're but he didn't have a plan.
But you know
Like
what's crazy about that? You watch, if I'm Joe Mazzulla, right? I watch game one overtime ending, and I see Jalen Brown get stripped to end the game, right?
yeah,
And then I'm like, oh, I had a timeout that I could have probably called. Like, you know
hmm
what I mean? And then you come into this game, same scenario, end
yeah.
of game, and you don't call a timeout, you don't get a play set, and you watch your team fumble it away again. They didn't
Again,
even get a shot up back to back times. No
again, you
shots
know how
are up.
frustrating that is.
Like
Like,
at least get if you get a shot up, like
the,
oh I'm a wide open step back, whatever it is.
mhm.
At least you got the shot up. Maybe hit the back of the rim. Tough. It's all good. We move on.
That's what
Bro,
I'm thinking.
these guys are literally fumbling, stumbling. They don't even know what to do. They're passing the ball to whoever, whatever. Like they're making, and that's on the coach at that point to be like, "Yo, guys, like I gotta take over here. Like I gotta step
Yeah,
in.
like oh,
It's
be a
my team
coach.
now."
No, I'm
Yeah,
telling you. I remember he had a point to like in that situation he drove on Mitchell, and then it's like okay, either like fade there or it's like do turnaround the jumper,
mm,
and I think he has that in his bag, or
he
just
does.
take your freaking three because Mitchell's not gonna block you at that point. So I'm like, but whatever you choose to do, it's like taking a penalty. Don't like mid run up. Don't change which side you wanted to score. Just do what you wanted to do. It turns out he had no plan because then he keeps going there,
I
and
feel
then
like
it's
he
like
got spooked after he got the screen to go for the three. Like the
mhm.
entire game, he was like reluctant to shoot
he
threes. But
was
it's
he
like
was I think mental.
when you're reluctant to do something, that's even worse than overdoing something.
Yeah, yeah, it's true
Because that means you're
because
scared. That means
and
when it comes down to it, you're not going to take the shot.
and
And
now
guess what
your
happened?
game is cooked because that's what you did for 82 games or 70, whatever. But yeah,
Eh,
that's nuts.
And like props to the Knicks, man. They're just staying around and they're just playing their team basketball. But like I can't give them any credit for anything because like Boston keeps just throwing away 15, 20 points leads.
For
But
sure.
this is like the theme of the goddamn playoffs. I swear to God, these teams will be up by 100 and then just lose.
For sure. I was gonna do a segue there, but I just wanted to be like game one, I think Constantine Towns was like 0 for like 5 or 10 or something like that. Like he was just he couldn't get his shot off. And then it's just like Jalen Brunson kind of spearheaded that comeback and everything just like fell into place. Josh Hart's been hitting his threes like timely. Or if
He
OG's
left it
not there,
wide
Mikhail
open.
is there. Yeah, if OG's not there, Mikhail's there. If Mikhail's not shooting, OG in game one, like it's crazy. And then like Towns ends up like
Shout out Mikel too. I gotta give him props. Like out of
have to.
respect, because I be talking so much shit about him. Worst trade ever, bro. He's hooping, man. He's outplaying both Tatum and Brown.
Towns had one assist today, and it was the nicest assist ever. It was like he had it. He was supposed to drive to the paint, but then he kind of got stopped, and I think he like went over. He reached over behind his defender and like did the spoon feed pass to the like. I think it was like I don't even know which wing it was. One of those guys, but it was such a fire assist. I'm like, oh, did he only have one assist? I feel like Towns is making plays though, like 17 rebounds. He's just got to grit and grind his way through this series, right?
Literally.
Um, but and it's working. It's working for the Knicks because they're not going back to New York down up 2-0 in the Madison Square Garden. I wouldn't be so like. There's no such thing as like being scared of playing there. But now you're like Boston. Are they kind of mentally fucked at this point? Like and injured, and
Literally.
Tatum is tucking under his pants and stuff. Like
Well, if I'm the Knicks, I only need one game at home. Like I don't need to win one game at home, and the series is kind of over. You
yeah,
know how easy that is, and I have home court advantage. I have the next three out of the five games at home. Like I win. Like like all they have such an advantage now. It's like basically a numbers game at this point.
and yeah, for sure. And speaking of staying in the game and
Oh my
stealing two
goodness.
games on the road. the Indiana Pacers are now up 2-0 against your Cleveland Cavaliers, and
It's over.
holy, like
It's over, man.
along with the injuries, sure, but I just wanted to preface it with they were up almost 20 also against the Pacers last night, and
Yeah. I would say
Haliburton,
though, like
like
the
bruh,
20 was like in the first quarter. Yes, last night. Like the
mhm,
rest of the game was like 10-13, which the
yeah,
Pacers love staying right there. Pacers and Nuggets are doing this thing where, who can have the most comebacks in a playoff? Let's just go band for band. How many comebacks can we have? Every
yeah, and the
fucking
Knicks
game is with these
joined,
guys,
like
bro. And now the Knicks are here. The Knicks are like, yo, we're doing
yeah.
comebacks. Let's go.
Yeah, the ESPN does do this thing where it's like in the game, what was the largest lead? The Cavs' largest lead was 20, and the Pacers' largest lead was 5. Oh, also the Celtics did lead for 20 for a minute moment there today. So the Pacers had a 5-point thing, and they won by 1. That's all they needed, bro. Like it's
Like
so
I'm not.
crazy.
I'm honestly not like this Cavs series. Like after we got the news that Garland, Hunter, and Mobley were all out for game two, I was like, yeah, this series is kind of over. Like
Hmm.
like this, but I'm not like too crazy upset because bro, we've been talking about this since round one, and bro, I love this Pacers team, bro. This team is just they're so much fun to watch. First of all, and then second, like they just play really good hoops, and like Haliburton, yo, he is just like clutch challenge. Like he broke that shit. Like
Hmm.
against Charlotte in February on a Tuesday night, he will have 0 points and 3 assists and negative -22. But anytime it's a clutch situation, he's going crazy. He might be more clutch than Brunson. This year he's 10 for 11 on game winning shots, game winning or game tying shots.
Nah, really?
10 for 11.
That wow, that's nuts.
He has 3 playoff buzzer beaters already.
Yeah, wait, what two again? One against, like, you're counting yesterday's game too?
Yesterday's game, yeah,
Yesterday's,
that's yeah.
yeah,
Yesterday's
yeah,
game
yeah.
was
Let's,
yeah, it was basically
yeah,
a
it
buzzer
was,
beater.
and then
Yeah,
yeah, it was. Yeah, they didn't even get. Cavs didn't have no
I
shot
guess
left.
let's say
Game
game winning
winners,
shots,
game winning shots. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
he has
And
3 of
then
them already in
and
his
then
12.
against
He's
the Bucks.
2018 LeBron right now.
And you know what's crazy? Shout out to the Pacers because, oh, that's a full circle moment, because the way he shot yesterday was where LeBron shot it for when he won
In
against the
2018,
Pacers in
yeah.
2018. But shout out to them because they looked Giannis at top 2, top 3, wherever you have him, player in the eyes. And obviously their team is better, but like, you would think Giannis's dominance would have helped them win a couple more games, but they beat them fair and square, like just handed it to them. And now they stole, quote unquote, stole these 2 games from the Cleveland Cavaliers, the best team in the East, 60 games won. Obviously the injuries are now like a vital part of it, but it's like, so
Holy
game one
shit,
is
Udoy.
game one.
It's 40-16 right now.
Yeah, so you know what that means. The Nuggets are gonna win. Lock in your bets and lock in your,
By the time
if
we
you're a
finish this
Nuggets.
pod, the Nuggets are leading and the game's over.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Haliburton
the
just got
first
another
quarter.
putback.
As long as the Nuggets stay behind till the fourth quarter, they're good. Wait, what? But yeah, no. And then the
Um,
Pacers against the Cavs, like it's just their resilience all year, and they're just showing it. They've
it's
just
just
been
a
this
great
team.
team,
They've
man.
just
It's
been
a
the
great
team.
team. Like I told you this. I told you this morning. I was like, I wouldn't like if the Celtics weren't an all-time team last year, like all-time, like one of the best teams we've ever seen. I wouldn't. I mean, the Celtics. I mean, the Pacers would have made the finals. Like like
Oh,
there's
genuinely.
the difference between last year and this year is that the East competition. I mean, the Celtics kind of weakened. The rest
Hmm.
of the comp for the Pacers wasn't comp. They didn't have comp.
Hmm.
Like even though all the series are close, they're such a well-oiled machine, man. And I think this is like a Rick Carlisle thing, but he is so good at getting like all these role players to like be elite, bro.
Since time.
Pascal Siakam only shot 8 times and they
Hmm.
won a game. Neesmith had 23 points. Miles Turner 23 points. Nemhard 13 points, 13 assists. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
everybody just does everything on that team. Like
Legit,
everybody can get in the
Haliburton
bucket.
had 19, 9, and 4 assists. Like, is
He
that a
only took 11
Haliburton?
shots the entire
Like,
game,
and
bro.
then Mathurin, you had freaking 19 off the bench. Like, that's crazy because The Rick Carlisle, like you're right. Shout out to Rick Carlisle for like getting these role players to just play well. Because if Neesmith's not gonna play well next game, well, Nemhard will. And then first game, Nemhard hits the craziest shots of all time and down in the crunch time with Haliburton. And I didn't even remember seeing Siakam yesterday. Like genuinely, other than his missed free throw when Neesmith put it back in to take the lead. I think at that point, like that's crazy. So are your Cavs anything about Mitchell? I just think they gassed out really hard yesterday for sure.
Like spider, like you literally watch like that. Okay, I will say this one thing. At the end of the game, if you watched it, bro, the amount of fucking like tripping, elbowing, grabbing Pacers are doing was like egregious. Like they're like, yo, Mitchell is so tired. He can't like dribble past us, but like we're gonna foul him too while he's trying to do it. It was like brutal what was going on.
It sucks too because in soccer, like Mitchell would have been subbed off after scoring. Like he has 2 goals and an assist, and it's like the coach is just gonna sub him off for a defensive player to like think. Obviously it doesn't work the same, but it sucks. So Mitchell like, has to be out there getting beat up.
With the roster that they fielded yesterday, like
and when he was on the bench, he couldn't even sit on the bench. He had to come back in the fourth, like 9 minutes in the fourth left. He just sat down.
If Max Strus doesn't have 23 points, this game is like the Pacers already took the lead by the beginning of the fourth, kind of thing.
Yeah,
bro. Ty Jerome went 1 for 14. Like it's funny, like it's kind of like a realization. Like I don't know why teams make at the end of the season, like in the playoffs time, but it's like, oh, these small, unathletic guards are useless in the playoffs. They're useless in the playoffs, man. Like the only useful one is Mike Conley.
Like ever.
And he's pretty goddamn useful. He gets benched in the playoffs.
It's nice too, but Ty Jerome had 21 in the first game, so it's kind of like, yeah.
Yeah, but like because Ty Jerome became a focal point, and he had to. And it's kind of easier to, I put one of my better defenders on him.
Yeah, that's
he's not
true.
Coming off the bench and facing my bench. Mm-hmm. I'm putting what's it called, Neesmith, or I'm putting Nemhard on him instead of TJ McConnell or somebody like that.
That's true.
So it's just like easier to defend you, especially when you're not athletic and you're small.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Especially with the playoffs basketball, like the only person who can really get away with it, and like we were watching, this could be a good segue, but like Steph is the only player that can, like, only really tiny guy in these playoffs right now that can handle that kind of physicality. And even then, we saw what happened in game 1.
Yeah, that's true. For against the Timberwolves, you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's 100% true because, I mean, first of all, also I do think it's like the age is catching up to these guys.
That was brutal.
That's unfortunate when it comes to that because.
And the article that came out that said
he was crying, or like Steve Kerr was emotional. Yeah. That one's tough because
got too much left.
I even tweeted it where it's like KD, LeBron, Steph, and like everyone, right? Like Harden's fought back from a lot of injuries, hamstring related issues. Chris Paul's had his things, but unless Chris Paul ends up on a contender, we're probably slowly going to start seeing him fade away. But the people that are still in our eyes, Westbrook's still in our face, and everyone, like those guys, it's like we have to kind of enjoy what we have left and just expect the worst. Honestly, at the randomest times, it's going to happen, and like that's the thing. Like even KD at the layup line this year in the regular season, like got cooked. Like I can't even blame KD's injury history. I genuinely think they're all 36 and over, and it's gonna happen.
A sport for 20-year-olds, like
and honestly, their mind can still do a lot of great things. Even when we saw LeBron, right? But it's like the body just gassing out. Like it's no matter how much they run this summer, it's not gonna matter because either they're gonna gas out or something's gonna like muscle tear. Like knock on wood, but it's like now Curry's pulled the hamstring and that's supposed to apparently keep him out to like game 6 or something.
Game 6, yeah, he's out for the. Well, it's funny how the schedule is made for that series because between game 1 and 5.
Every other day.
5. It's every other day.
Then it's 3 days.
It's literally all of next week will be all of game 1 and 5. That's why he's out for the entire week. But that's and that's only saying that like he's gonna be what's it called? What do they say it again? Reevaluated. Like he's not gonna be just back healthy next week. Like the week game 5.
Yeah, because apparently it's supposed to keep him out longer. But
he's obviously. I know, like knowing Steph, he'll probably like unless it's like a terrible like a tear.
Yeah,
he'll probably play, but. The fact that they already ruled him out for 3 games basically said how bad it is.
Yeah, it's just brutal.
Oh, yeah. And then speaking of the young ones who are supposed to be, elite, and he was gifted this opportunity. Mr. 0 for 9 in the first half. What's your take on Mr. Anthony Edwards? Finished 9 for 22 in the game with 23 points, 0 for 9 in the first half. Couldn't even like make a layup.
No, and that's the thing about it. Like, it's not even about, oh, did he shoot too many threes? No, he shot 5 threes. If I never told you anything else, you would think, oh, did he get injured? Because he shoots
14
also
threes a game.
14 threes a game. You could not do it. Is it because Steph Curry was not there anymore, so he doesn't have any old head to kind of go after? Because that's all he does. He's a Randy Orton, the legend
I thought he
killer.
got beef with Draymond, bro. I don't know.
But I guess not enough beef. And the thing about Anthony Edwards is he's become the poster child, because Ja has had issues off the court, and Devin Booker it was not the champion that the media and certain fan bases thought, like the general media thought that he was going to be.
And
Since
then everybody hates Tatum, and I also am on.
yeah, so Tatum is now like, yeah. So Ant was the next best choice, athletic. Zion doesn't want to be healthy, so like it's Anthony Edwards who's the best next choice because Michael Jordan's son. That's how crazy it got, by the way. Michael Jordan's son, this and that. Sure, he was the vocal leader and everything against the Lakers, but there was also games where he went like 5 for 20 once again in that game. But it's only Luka's defense that anyone ever wants to talk about.
You know what's crazy though? Since you brought them up, and I was gonna bring this up later, but this game one is an indictment on the Lakers. This is what it is. It's what it is, bro. I told you
it's true.
I told you this before. I said before the Lakers series, I said, bro, this Minnesota offense is pure like awful. Like it's one of the worst or the worst offenses in the league. They play very good defense as usual, and they take a shit ton of threes, and it's a lot of pull up threes. Bro, did you see Ant's face when that reporter said you guys were like 9 for 76 in your last 2 games?
Yeah,
and it's like, what? Like,
yeah,
76 threes.
Yeah,
only hit 9 of them. Yeah, they're a bad offensive team. You know why this is a diamond on Lakers? Look who the Warriors are fielding, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Podominski are starting. They have Ghoul Santos. I don't even know who that is.
That's
Quinton Post.
Anderson Varejão's son.
And Pat Spencer playing minutes.
Pat Spencer, you know me.
It's about effort. And the Lakers
genuinely
can never produce, can never put in the effort. I watched LeBron teams my entire life. I watched LeBron with TT and Deli and JR and Iman in the starting lineup with him blow out teams in the playoffs by 30 points. Purely
all of effort. Yeah.
Effort.
Yeah.
Like LeBron's obviously being godly, but it's everybody else does everything else. Timothy Mozgov got paid because all he did was put in some fucking work. You know what I mean?
That's true. That's true. He put in a shift.
Rui, all these guys, all of them. They're so when they quit, it's a fucking mental block with this Lakers team since 2021. Like after we lost to the Suns, it became this mental box where it's like, we suck, all right, we give up.
Yeah, it's true.
Then you watch the Nuggets play basketball and you go, yo, these guys never give up.
That's true.
Aaron Gordon's putting his life on the line out there. Michael Jordan can't make a 3, 17 rebounds. Fuck it, I don't care. Everybody buys in, everybody's doing something. Russ is he's
just throwing his whole body out from a you know what I mean? Flamethrower.
You watch these teams, and a lot of the teams, Pacers, Knicks, Mikal Bridges, putting it, a lot of it comes down to is effort, putting in the effort to do it. The Warriors played a centerless lineup to start the game, and outboarded the Wolves like it was nothing.
That's true. It was the rebound battle was 51-41 thing, and they have no one over 7 feet. I swear to God.
Bro, Kevon Looney and Quinton Post played the combined 20 minutes. There's only 2 7
I think it's funny. It's all the reverse takes happening because we have to give Jimmy Butler a little bit of credit. I know he went 7 for 20 and on 20 points, so it's 7 crazy
offensive rebounds though.
But that's what I'm saying. The effort from Miami Heat days and Heat culture, whatever. Not even Heat culture though. It's Jimmy Butler from Chicago Bulls days. He's older, but he's putting in the effort. And Draymond Green is trying to prove something. Bro hit 4 threes yesterday. It was just
No, but
So
Draymond really when he sees Rudy, like he turns
yeah,
up. He turns up to
and
another level.
then I saw someone else today. It's like, the Buddy Hield cycle. Are we just finished with that and now he's good? Like Mr. Alfred over here, like like him and Jimmy have the Batman, Robin, and Alfred thing going. It's crazy, and like Pod Zeminski is like out like okay, so everyone after like Pods and the bench are just like we're just out here fielding things. And I even turned to you
No,
yesterday
Pods is yeah.
in the first half, and I was like, Gui Santos, like Anderson Varejão's son that I keep calling throughout
Yeah,
this whole playoffs. I didn't see him once against the Rockets, but there's a reason. I know it's because probably Steph also got injured, but he's not even like a point guard. You know what I mean? Like Pat Spencer and Moses Moody are like the point guard. So did he
but
see
that's how
something?
bad. But that's also how bad. Like Minnesota's
Minnesota.
offense is so bad. Like the fact like that's how like, bro. Like the
Can
Lakers
we
should have like nah, bro. Now it's like real like unforgiven. Like
can we talk
you
about
guys should have
Julius
won the last
Randle's
two
magnet
series.
ball is gone now? All of it, we knew that was gonna happen. I knew
But
that was
it's
gonna
but
happen.
like honestly like if you looked at that game in totality, like are you gonna like if your best player just shows up, you win the game?
And then we've been
It's
talking
like the
for three
Celtics.
series now. Three series is it's not fair for the Cavs because Donovan Mitchell did show up and they are a little special because of injuries. But more or less, if somebody shows up, you win the game.
Like
What?
how hard is to ask Anthony Edwards to hit a layup?
That's what
Like he
I'm.
literally missed four layups. We watched the game live. Four layups. He's just missing in the first half.
And my thing is like the Warriors. You're right because the Warriors in the thing. It's only one game has passed and we might be overreacting. But my thing is, and why do you already look gassed? Like last year, remember we went to the conference finals? The whole thing was about he couldn't chase Kyrie. He was seeing ghosts. He couldn't guard Luka. He could not guard Kyrie. Everybody was just dunking over them, right? And like
Bro, Ant's on GP2, bro. He doesn't even need to be
that's
on
my thing
defense,
too.
bro.
Like, there's no Kyrie and Luca and freaking I don't know, like PJ Washington or somebody like of that caliber to like guard. So what are you doing? We've seen you with GP2 running around. GP2 is not running, asking for the ball. So how are you already seemingly tired? Are you mentally tired? That's what I was saying. Like, are you having a hangover from beating the Lakers in the first round? Like, buddy, Steph is not even on the court and you're losing. I've seen Jalen Brunson come back on that crazy Celtics team the day before. Like, what the hell? Like, Haliburton's been doing this since last year. So to me, it's just nuts that like the Timberwolves just let this happen. So I don't think it's a crazy overreaction. Like, you guys are home too. Like,
You know what the craziest part about is with this playoffs, and what I've learned, like with especially like players like Tatum now, and then Ant as well. Like like Ant, everyone's trying to crown him top five, top five, top five after beating the Lakers without like doing anything. Like he did, he had one great game. I'd say he had one great game. Other than that, he was like him and Luca were about the same. He just
yeah,
played defense and hustled. But
which he didn't do last
we
night.
be we when we talk about, I remember I brought up to you and Lush a couple days, maybe a week ago now, when I said like what sport is has the biggest gap between one and two, like the best player in
Yep.
the world and the second best player in the world, like it's so much of a gap where it's like like LeBron back in the days and whoever was number two, KD, Steph, whoever it was.
Yeah.
And then I was like, my argument was like, I don't know if Jokic's gap is that much better than like the gap between Jokic and Giannis or Jokic and Luka or Jokic and Tatum, Jokic and Shea, you know, is that big, brother. After watching this last week of basketball and after watching the game one of the Nuggets versus
Segue.
OKC,
Yep.
the gap is we're at 2013 LeBron levels of gapness right now. Like he is like by far and away the greatest player like ever.
No,
Like it's
he's
crazy,
in that
bro.
conversation
It's
though. That like when the kids
crazy.
watch basketball now, they'll be like, "Hey, yeah, Nikola
It's
Jokic."
Braun, Mike, Jokic. That's all I
Yeah,
see, bro.
genuinely.
Yo, shout out Hakeem, shout out Kareem, shout out Shaq, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Like y'all not touching this like this
On
level of thing
Can
like
we just
this.
say one
You
thing?
know what I mean?
Who is on their team? Like Shaq had his Kobe. Oh, you're muted.
Sorry.
Shaq had his Kobe. Like, no, let's just go with it. Oh, I would say Hakeem's team would be like this Nuggets team, low key. Like, yeah, yeah. But
No,
like,
I know. I'm exaggerating,
no,
but
but Kareem had magic. That's why, like, no, if you put it into perspective, it's like, I'm gonna say it. no All NBA teammates, no All Star teammates. I don't give a shit. Jamal Murray himself purposely doesn't play any basketball in the regular season to make sure Nikola Jokic's legacy is higher. Like, it's crazy. But and we're gonna glaze, but it's true based on, and it's not about even game and points and efficiency. It's just IQ wise. Like, I'm out of here.
Off yesterday, off that not
Game
yesterday,
one,
but like game one.
Yeah, go talk
Bro,
about it,
dude. I know we're like game 2 is literally on right now, and they're getting 30 right now. By the way,
yeah.
But I'm just talking about Jokic right now. That game 1, what we watched was, and I told you this. I'm like, Zubac was like hell. Like Zubac was hell for him because like Zubac is a great defender. Like shout out Zubac, and the highest he had was 31 in the 7-game series that he had against the Clippers.
Yeah.
First game against Chet and Hartenstein, they have the double big lineup. 42, 22, and 6 on 15 of 29 shooting. He shot 10 for 13 from the free throw line. Like it was basically what he said in game 1 was, you know what it reminded me of? 2015 game 2 of the NBA Finals where LeBron said, "Yo, fuck out of here, bro. I'm winning this game."
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Where it's like he basically just said like, you know, like I know like we're not supposed to win and these guys are up 10, but it's like, you know what, fuck this shit. I'm gonna go crazy.
Yeah.
And
it's
obviously
like
it came down to the Aaron Gordon 3, but like the shit that they did, the shit that he was doing, like
to bring it back,
my God,
it's nuts. It was, and like that's the thing. It's like it at one point it seemed like Jokic was operating at a level where he's not even looking at the Thunder anymore. He's looking like at the game. Like everyone's just a player, like a piece, a chessboard piece, and he's just like, okay, so he's gonna go here, so I'm gonna go here, and then I have 2 options. I could pass it down here. Caruso's right there. Like he was just like computing it all in real time, and he's like, yeah, we need to stop the clock. Yo, Hartenstein, foul. Like even that, like everything was precision.
And then when you look at it like totality of the game, like if we talk about that game in totality, like, you know, Jokic's performance was just like crazy, just one of the best things we ever seen. But in totality, the OKC deserved to lose that game so badly. Like I've never been so disgusted by something that I've seen. Like I'm not one of those guys where it's like, oh, why are you fouling up 3? You're so cringe. This is the
but cheater.
What they did, what Mike Dagnall did, bro. Jokic was on the sideline. He was not on the game.
Yeah.
The Nuggets have the ball. That means they have to play out the possession. 30 seconds after the clock, and this guy instantly fouls.
That was Caruso too, who we think is high IQ. Like,
well,
but Daniel's telling them.
That's Mike Dagnall. He literally said like, "Yo, foul." I'm like, bro. First of all, there's 30 seconds left in the game. That's like multiple possessions in today's game.
For sure.
Second of all, Jokic is he's not on the court. You let them play out the offensive position without Jokic. You have to let them play that out because their odds of making a shot like drop like to the depths of hell.
Yeah,
and then you're gonna force them to use their last timeout as well, because if they make it or miss, like it doesn't matter. They're gonna have to use their last timeout, and then they're gonna have to foul you. Yeah. And then the basketball gods came in here and they said, Chet Holmgren, you are now George Hill. That's what they said.
No, it's true.
It's literally all deserved. Like the OKC literally said we're scared to play these last 30 seconds, and basketball god said, okay, if you're pussy, you're gonna lose.
That's my thing too when it comes to like I think you were saying at the end of game 1 where what did you say? You were of the Boston game, you were like Missoula ball. Like when Tatum kept chucking threes, Missoula ball. And that's another thing where if you want to go to the gap, it's like I don't want to like Shea had a great game, don't get me wrong, but it's kind of like at this point it's like, it's 1 minute or less. Guys, we can audible here. Like if the coach is not going to call a timeout and tell us what to do, I'm doing what I think we should do, because I think like I'm getting paid to do this, like $40-50 million. And
also I'm not like a rookie year. I'm not 4 years in. All these guys are 8 years in. Like, give me a freaking clipboard.
And I'm not, and that's what Jokic is doing. Jokic is doing. Like,
give me the goddamn clipboard. Shout out Dave Edelman. Like, I think he's a great coach, and I think he's gonna be their future head coach. And if he's not, he needs to come.
The vibes.
But like Jokic is like, you can see it on the bench. He's literally like, yo, what do you guys? It literally reminds me so much about LeBron. Like when he'd be like, no, like call the timeout. What he's telling Darvin Ham to call, you know?
Or 2015, they drew up a play. It's like, What the hell? I'm
Drew playing for J.R. Smith, bro.
yeah,
Get
all
out of
right,
here, bro. Get
bro.
this,
Yeah, and
like
he hits the
like,
game winner.
bro. Like none of these superstars, like, but it's a,
That's what I'm saying.
it's this trend of the NBA now where it's like, do these guys care?
That's
Do
the
these guys?
part.
And I didn't want to become this guy, but after watching the playoffs, I'm
Yeah,
watching, like, you watch Jalen Green. Jalen Green's like shitting the bed, and then like you'd wonder, you think like, if I'm Jalen Green, I'd be like, okay, I can't hit a shot right now. What else can I do?
yeah,
What else can I do? Can I play? Can I, put my athleticism and my intensity into defense? This is just a
yeah.
random pull, but like things like that's just a random example. But it's like a lot of these guys, it's like the the fight to win isn't there. Like
Yeah,
the desperation, like I'm so desperate to win that, like, I'm like, saying really bad shit to my teammates, and like I'm kind of, my screws loose, or
yeah,
I'm yelling, or I'm flailing, and I'm yelling at the refs. Like even what Draymond does,
yeah.
it shows that he cares. When Russ does that thing, like, I care about winning so much that, like, I'll make myself look like dehuman.
A maniac.
I'll dehumanize myself to win this game.
That's true, and that's why, like, I mean, they're up 30 now, but it's like, and J Dub was like being sarcastic.
Well, exactly. Like
It's like,
that shit.
and it's like, cool. I get it. You guys, I'm sure, I know all you guys are like the youngest team, and it's funny. It's troll. It's, you know what the problem is? Now I'm sounding like the whole thing. It's this whole nonchalant gimmick.
Yeah, literally.
It's
It literally
genuinely
is that.
that.
It literally
And
is that.
there's a time and place to do that. You don't have to care about everything. You don't have to cry about everything. I understand we swung a certain way as a society, but there's other moments where it's like, dude, like, we're trying to win here.
Can you
And
lock in here? Like, yeah.
come on, bro. Like, there's not time for a joke. 54 OD. Like, okay, he didn't say that, but like, Chet's playing like that.
OD hang pull.
Yeah, hang pull, bro. Like, fucking cornbread, whatever he said he
Yo,
wanted
but
to eat.
honestly, Chet and Jada, bro,
Yeah,
like, you guys are both on the watch list. Like, you guys need to, like, even right now, by the way,
Mhm.
it's not like Chet and J-Dub aren't doing, not like, Chet's playing really good defense on Jokic. Actually, he has 2 blocks in his steal right now. But
yeah.
J-Dub, like, yeah, you got 10 points, brother, but like, I'm telling you right now,
You're on
if I'm the
watch.
Thunder, they can go win. If I'm Sam Presti, as soon as that championship is lifted and they do the parade, I'm picking up the phone. Hey, so what you want for J-Dub? Like, what do you guys want? Like, who wants him?
Giannis, come. Like, yeah.
Bro, low key though, I'd pick up the phone and be like, is Booker available?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Because
Booker and Shea, that shit cooking.
truth be told, we're going back to, Booker. Damn. Saying that in the finals of the thing.
Yeah.
Bro cared. Like, it hurt. And that's the thing. Like, and he's still trying to figure it out. So I hope he asks out, actually, because I think he'd be crazy and so many 3 other teams off the top of my head.
Like,
But
literally.
yeah.
Him in Houston or something like
Houston, Detroit. If if he was not that super expensive, and then freaking OKC, like you just said. But that's back to the topic at hand. It's like Nikola Jokic is that much better, but it's also like Tatum. In that case, when Shea, it's like tell Cruz not to foul or some shit like that. I don't know, bro. Or tell J Dub and Chet X, Y, and Z, whatever. You guys are gonna win by 30 today, so maybe you don't have to. No, it's not Cleveland. Cleveland's fine. That's the thing. Wait, who's the other series? Oh, and in the Wolves. Yeah, it's just like I'm not saying Ant has lack of effort, but it's just like, bro, it just seems like the game isn't like, it's too fast for them sometimes.
And I understand it's a 7-game series, and like,
yeah,
we're LeBron fans, so we understand where it's like, don't take game 1 too seriously.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
But it's the body language sometimes with these guys. You know what I mean? Like the Thunder being as good as they are, they're literally the Celtics last year. I keep saying that's why they're up 30. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that shit that J-Dub did is still lame. Like, like the way these guys go about showing their careness, and I'm not saying they don't put in work and this, that, whatever. Obviously they do, but you can tell sometimes on the court where it's like they don't want to take that extra step.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They don't want to push it so far where it's like, we're like, oh, I'm a locker room cancer now. You know what I mean?
But that's the thing, and there's like and I think that's what's going on with sometimes with MPJ and Nuggets. Like, he seems like the odd man out sometimes. With like, no, I see tweets.
What did Jokic tell him? He said, yo,
yeah,
fucking line, bro.
Yeah,
I don't care. I don't care.
Like,
I want to win.
And that's the thing, right? It's like, we want more of Jokic's, to be honest, because it's like, it shows us, it makes us fall in love with the game more and more.
Like Shea in that post game, game one should have told Jaden to shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
Like like shut
yeah.
up, bro. Like
Like
we
you
just
need
got
leaders, right?
we just got embarrassed.
Yeah.
By the way, Nuggets coming back.
No, I honestly genuinely think if you're down so far in the first two games, you have every chance to come back and win the game. Like just be down till fourth quarter. They're gonna take their foot off the gas, bro. They're gonna take their foot off the gas.
Especially with today's NBA. Like we're basically done talking about all these series, but
Yeah.
um, with today's NBA, with how easy it is to make a comeback, it just shows you how much more effort matters. You have to have effort all 40 minutes.
The concentration has to be there.
You cannot take your foot off the gas ever. Like
Mhm.
you kind of have to front run.
Genuinely, shout out Steph.
Shout out
like,
Steph.
like damn, it's a skill. Based on the last week of basketball, the shout out to Steph Curry because it's clearly a skill to like
Yeah,
fucking take their heart out and then eat it. Like because
literally.
people are stabbing, but not like doing that. Like you have to at this point.
Bro,
Like
I seen a stat
stomp on
where
them.
I seen a stat where it's like teams that are up more than 7 with less than a minute to go, 1 for 384 is the record, and then Haliburton this season 2-0. Like you know what I mean? It's
Demon.
it's like
And it's nuts
it's
too
like
because
that's all
Haliburton
effort.
didn't
Like,
even score over 20 last game. Like that's
he
crazy.
took 11 shots. Like it's like today's NBA. Your seventh man can go off and you could just lose the game.
That's true. That's true.
Like, so you need 1 through 9. You need 1 through 8, however many you play to be locked in at all times. Well, that's what the problem with Porzingis in the Celtics right now. Why he got benched because the man's not locked in. He's an egoist. Same thing with Rui.
Yep.
Doing lackadaisical stuff. Same thing with Braun sometimes when he's old. Same thing with Tatum. Like, what are you like? Why are you doing this? Why are you taking step back threes constantly? Same thing with Derek White. Same thing with Ant. Why are you like, bro, hit a layup? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's the simple things that come to cost you every time.
Every time.
Every time.
That's true. And like
the margin of error is so low in today's NBA.
As you saw last time with the free throws, Chet's free throws. Like one of those, you win the game, maybe or go to overtime. So no, man, it's true. It's crazy. The second round for sure has been exciting. So we're having.
What would you say your like predictions are?
Oh yeah,
how do you think the series are gonna end? Because we're only 2 games in at the end of the
So based on, I just wanted to say I did tweet about it. I think only one game happened when I tweeted this. So just so my predictions would be on the record. So let me pull that up real quickly. Do I have it here somewhere? Okay. Well,
if you have it, if you don't have it yet.
No, because I did. I know. So I wanted to say, I think I had the OKC in 6. I had OKC in 6. I had Boston in 6, and I had Pacers in 6, and I had Timberwolves in 5. That was my like straight off the dome. Don't like think about it. Like, what do you think? Like, what's your feeling and stuff? And I low-key think I love greatness. So seeing Jokic do his thing, it's like I kind of want to be wrong because it's like if he can do it against a 60-win team, I'll have it here. Yeah, I did say what I just said.
68. Oh, 72.
72. Yeah, like 72. That like it's just cool to me. Like make your legacy, bro. Like go off. And obviously, it's someone who like has a thing against he's like not beating 50-win teams in the playoffs. Like that's a whole thing. Funny enough, like they talk about LeBron and shit about that sometimes. It's hilarious. Like in terms of the weak East. So cool if Jokic can do it. I kind of want to be wrong.
He has the 50-team gauntlet this season.
Yeah. So that's true. So that's the thing. Like it's not that I don't like OKC. It's not like I don't like Shea, but it just seems like they're kind of like team win. It's like it's cool. But it's like, all right.
Like, I want to see greatness.
I just want to see something. Yeah, and if they can, it's like, they got one game. So
yeah, one thing about Shea is like he had 33 points the game 1.
Yeah,
bro, like someone like, and he was making some crazy shots.
Yeah,
but when you think about his, it's like that was a quiet 30.
It's so quiet, and
I love his game, bro.
I love legend, and I'm never gonna say he's ass or anything, but it's like, man, but what Jokic did is so much cooler. Like that's what it is. Celtics, I had Celtics in 6. So okay. So
that's the only one I think that could like actually like flip.
It's looking like it's flipping, But I still have Celtics in 6 for some
No, but I'm
reason.
saying like
No,
it could go back to like so your prediction might be right. Like
maybe.
it could happen.
But
You
I
just
think
have
it
to.
might be 7 now based on Bozo head
Yeah,
shit.
probably.
But I don't think I'm ready to let go of the Celtics winning the series. I still think the Pacers are going to win, and I think like the injuries are obviously going to be a factor.
I think the Cavs series is
Yeah,
pretty
and
much
it's not
locked
because
in.
the Cavs are trash or anything. I just think Indiana's just like in the zone. They're moving. Timberwolves in 5 because I genuinely thought, look here, bro. When
Well,
you
okay, that's another one though.
you
It
said
could
it,
happen because Steph's also
steps out,
getting
but you said it. When you look at the OKC, like the Thunder, I'm sorry, the Warriors, like freaking on paper, what are we playing? How did you make the playoffs? Honestly, but like, so that's why I'm like, I guess it could still happen, but then I got reminded after like when game 1 was starting, I'm like, yo, Ushman, is Houston's offense worse or Timberwolves offense worse? Because the Warriors are getting both trash ass offenses in a row. So at this point, I'm kind of like shook, but I still think the Timberwolves can pull it off because of the Steph injury in like more than 5 games. That's for sure. Because I think Jimmy and Draymond probably gonna get another one on these like freaking bozos.
Yeah.
And yeah, what about you? What about your picks?
Um, I forgot what I said specifically, but I know it was obviously Thunder, Wolves, Cavs, Celtics. But I'm gonna say this: I, the Thunder, dude, they're winning this game freaking dominant, bro. I have it on my screen right here. They're like
Yeah,
smoking them right now. I don't know how to. I don't even know what to think right now. We'll see in the second half maybe, but I still think that Thunder win this series. But off of game 1, bro, I like my amount of confidence that I have in the Thunder dropped severely because how easy it was for Jokic to get his game off, and all the mistakes that Mike Dagnall and the team made at the end of the games. So I think it's gonna be Thunder 6, maybe 7. I think the Wolves are winning this series, especially with the Steph injury now. If though, because I kept telling y'all, if Steph was healthy, I promise you that the Warriors would have been in the Western Conference Finals right now.
you know what's
Like,
nuts though? I feel like when Steph was slowing down from last series, his body. And when you think about
no,
it,
it's the
the injury was
okay.
creeping up.
Actually, before we end this, I gotta tell this. Steve Kerr made a great point, and I know he was going to bat for Steph because of the fouls, but he also made a great point because he pointed out Chris Finch as well. What Chris Finch said, like he agreed with what Finch said. He said, but basically his point was like I like the ref. We get it. Like you're allowed to be physical in the playoffs, brother. We're playing football. Like it's
Yeah,
like the discrepancy. Because I think I said this a couple of pods ago, but the discrepancy between regular season and postseason
it's like nuts.
is too much. It's gone way too far now. Like I
Yeah,
get it. We want to have good games, and we want to shoot. We want to let these guys play through physicality. Bro, these guys are they're everybody's tackling each other. Every
yeah.
single person is hugging each other. Every single person is tackling each other. Every single person handshaking each other. Like it's a foul every play right now, dude. Like
But they're
in
not being called.
all the
Yeah.
series,
No,
and it's
it's
like
true.
we need to reel it back because we're we're basically turning this into like football, and it's like now we're not playing basketball anymore. The art of basketball is leaving.
That's true. No,
Like
and
you know,
just to piggyback off that, it's like there's so many fouls I'm thinking of where it's like Donovan Mitchell getting swarmed. DeAndre Hunter, I genuinely think Mathurin fouled him because his he blocked him with his left, but his right was like in his chest.
like
Like you can't do that to like get up on someone. That's a
and you're also
foul.
taking the air out of somebody.
That's
Like
that's the thing.
literally.
And like I'm not saying Mathurin like is dirty. I'm saying like all the Pacers guys were
Like
like allowed
Why
to
did
do
Jokic start flopping? Why did Jokic start flopping in the playoffs?
exactly.
Literally, he started flopping in the
Yeah,
playoffs because
yeah,
he's like, "Yo, these guys are not giving me nothing." Like, and Jokic gets
nothing.
beat up a lot, and Jokic is not really a complainer like that. And
Yeah,
Jokic is complaining, like
but
he's
like this, yeah,
utterly,
this, yeah.
he's infuriated with the refs,
Yeah,
like how bad it is.
and if Jokic is infuriated, that means everybody else kind of should get like wake up, like wait a
Like,
minute. And I
yeah,
know I even seen some of SGA's things, and everyone always calls him a foul merchant, but it's like, damn, I think that was pretty hard. Like you should that
yeah,
probably
like
should be fouling. No, and we're swinging way too much on that
exact.
side.
That's all I'm
That's
saying.
the
Like,
problem. It's like
keep the physicality, but
yeah,
like we are we are just like we ate the whistle. Like we're not even like we can let
yeah.
anybody do anything now.
No, it's true. It's true. Yeah, it's looking like the Thunder are like 40ing them at this point, but like who knows what happens in this NBA, man. Like but and I see what you're saying about the Thunder too quickly just the last point is like I guess their youth is kind of showing sometimes, unfortunately.
Bro,
Like,
J Dub and Chat, man, it's those two.
and
It's
they're a
those
big
two,
part.
man.
They're big
And
shot
I
make
hate
takers.
Hartenstein's gameplay, bro. I fucking hate it.
Yeah. And who knows? Maybe Westbrook gets in their head a couple games. You know what I mean? Like, he's been here. And you know, it's funny. Shea has not been like to the Western Conference Finals, to the
Well, I
finals.
don't know if you saw what Russ said. He said like they
Oh, who's
asked if it was
louder?
louder, and he
Yeah.
said and then it was he said it was louder like when I was there. And then someone quoted it and said, "Yeah,
Put
it
the
was
video,
definitely louder." And the video of him, Kobe fouling him, and him hitting the layup, and
bro.
OKC just exploding.
I
I was like,
yeah.
"Bro, those are the glory days, man." I
I
missed
think
out.
that no, and I think I sent you and Ulash the video today of
Oh yeah, yeah, I
that
saw that
Thunder
too.
team was just so fun. It's like the early 2010s, and it's like that picture is always gonna be stuck in my head. It's like a moment, like
Mhm.
the pop and the one where he hits the game winner against in his
Oh
MVP season
yeah,
against Denver. Like it's
yeah,
just
the knife.
yeah, it's just like fire. It's just the OKC crowd like low key didn't seem as loud as they used to be back then. So
Also,
yeah,
wait, last point. NBA white jerseys home, black jerseys away.
oh my
Why the hell
god.
did OKC wear black jerseys game one
Also,
of the?
also this colorway sucks. Like it's not OKC.
It's terrible, bro.
Like
And they're wearing black again.
yeah, like what happened to the classic Thunder? You know, white with the blue
The
stripes and the
blue. Where's the
orange,
blue?
and
Okay,
then
if,
on
okay,
the road have the orange and the blue. Like
yeah.
the blue is perfect on
Okay, but
man.
even if you're gonna make them wear, if you want to wear darker
Black, yeah.
color, put on a blue jersey. What are you
The
doing?
blue is so fire.
Yeah,
Like I'm seeing Kevin Durant with the orange
the
shoes right
powder
now.
blue with the
Yeah,
orange stripes. Going,
yeah,
come
and
on,
then the
OKC,
KD
don't do it.
fours. Yeah,
But like this is an NBA thing. Yo, white jerseys home, dark
yeah.
jerseys away.
That
Keep
it's
it that
been
way.
like that, bro. It's been like
Keep it
yeah,
that way, guys.
yeah. It's
Like
like
I
road
don't want
games,
to see
darker
no
colors.
Nuggets white jerseys and they're not at home.
They're
You're
not at
not matching
home,
the
bro.
fans, bro.
What the hell? And then also like when the Thunder blew, like everyone had the blue shirt or everyone had the white shirt. Like that looked cool, and everyone's wearing this black shirt. It's
The
like I
black
can't
shirt,
see.
yeah, it's like
Yeah, but yeah, no. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of the Ridgeway Pod. You know, hopefully our takes don't get any worse than it already have for
pretty
this
bad, man.
this playoffs. Like,
Oh,
what the heck is going on? What the Halley? What the Haliburton? But yeah, join us next time on the Ridgeway Pod where we're gonna continue the series. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode and hit that subscribe button. We appreciate it. Peace.